What is up, Flagger family, and welcome to the fourth episode of the in-season grind show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, including the Eagles' Week 6 loss to the Giants, and so much more. My initial thoughts on our loss to the Giants, I'm not gonna lie, 17-34, we lost by 17 points. That's a blowout. I'm sorry, 7-14. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that extra 3 points or however the case. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a blowout loss. They scored twice as many points as us without Malik Neighbors. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. Second straight week of unacceptable stuff happening or however the case. And Nick Sirianni's supposed to be the culture guy, tough detailed together. Yeah, all that garbage ain't working. Nick Sirianni fraud. Yeah, we're gonna get into that here in a second. But anyways, yeah. Jalen Hurts, he ain't playing perfect. You know what I'm saying? He ain't perfect either. He ain't protected from criticism and things of that nature. You know, he needs to step it up and things of that nature. You know, he's capable of it. He has the talent to. But yeah, there's been times he's been on fire, however the case, but it just doesn't adjust. You know, coaching and things of that nature. I definitely think that's a coaching issue. But also, I do think Jalen Hurts can audible out of it. You know, I say the same thing about other quarterbacks. Why not just audible out of it? Fair thing. Fair thing to say about Jalen Hurts. Why doesn't he just audible out of it? Fair thing. But yeah, and I think last year, you know, the offense adjusted, and you know, we ended up being fine. Or half case 2022, you know, we ended up adjusting and then ended up being fine. So I don't think that, you know, Jalen Hurts is going to be the reason why, you know, this offense isn't going to work out. I think it's just, you know, Howie giving Nick Sirianni too much power, and you know, allowing him to basically pick his buddy as a offensive coordinator when he doesn't deserve the job, and you know, clearly ain't ready for it. Just saying, he clearly is not ready for the offensive coordinator job. He's not qualified and things of that nature. Nick Sirianni himself, you know, I mean, he clearly ain't a culture or therapy guy. I mean, there's been drama pretty much every single year except for 2022. There was the CJ and Slay thing last year. There's obviously been AJ drama and things of that nature. You know, defensive end Zadarius Smith, he retired mid-season or however the case. Probably like, well, I mean, tired of Nick Sirianni's bull crap. I don't blame him. You know, he needs basically he's the one that needs a super team. Everyone says, oh, Jalen Hurts needs a super team. No, he needs a super team. You know what I'm saying? Also, Fangio, he's the one that needs a super team. A couple guys missed due to injury or whatever the case. You know, he can't elevate or coach guys up a bit. You know, that's kind of an issue too. You know, and another thing, you know, about Sirianni, you know, he said himself in his intro press conference, he said, less thinking equals talent taking over. That's like, well, I can't coach for shit. My scheme's garbage. You know, I just want the talent to bail me out and the offensive coaching staff that I put in place and all that. And if it doesn't work out, then, you know, Jalen Hurts is going to be the scapegoat. Just like in 2023, he was partially the scapegoat. Just after winning the Super Bowl or however the case, man, you know. Man, nothing's enough for some fans. Some fans are just delusional. And like I said, Howie gave Nick too much power, and he's also slacking on key defensive positions. Defensive end and cornerback too. You know, you need good defensive coaching and talent on both sides in order to really do something. You know, not just only good defensive coaching with all the talent on offense, but shit for coaching on offense or however the case. You know, I feel like Howie's slacking or however the case on a playable cornerback too, and a somewhat of a dominant defensive end is really going to cost us a couple more games. You know, and I'm sorry, you know, just to keep it 100, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it or lie or be delusional or however the case, but getting blown out by the Giants, I'm sorry. Any team that gets blown out by the Giants is a poverty franchise, and no double standard, no excuse for my beloved team, the Philadelphia Eagles. I love my Eagles with all my heart. I have their merch, you know, the championship banners and all that, or however the case, we're just coming out for Super Bowl. I understand that. But if you get blown out by the Giants, I don't care about none of that. If you get blown out by the Giants, I'm sorry to tell you, you're a poverty franchise, including the Eagles. I'm sorry. My Philadelphia Eagles are a poverty freaking franchise for that. You know, I'll root for them and things of that nature. I'm a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, I root for the logo, you know what I'm saying, and the franchise more than the jersey numbers or the people in the jerseys. Nobody's bigger than the program or however the case, so to speak. Yes, there is a lot of players, that I have good memories of and highly appreciate and highly respect what they did for us. Nick Foles, obviously Jalen Hurts, Lane Johnson, Kels, uh, obviously Saquon Barkley in recent years, AJ, T.O., Brian Westbrook, the list goes, Quinion Mitchell, um, Chuck Bednarik, obviously Reggie White a little bit before my time. Um, just a bunch of names that I could throw out there, however the case, that, earned their spot or however the case, but for whatever reason it didn't work out or however. But I love my Eagles, you know what I'm saying? Basically, all that to say, I really love my Eagles and all that, but us getting blown out, you know what I'm saying, by the Giants, I'm sorry, that makes us a poverty franchise. I'm sorry. I still love my Eagles. I still love my Eagles, whether we're poverty, whether, we're winning 3 straight. I'll always love my Eagles. I'll never switch teams. Never. I'm still going to do content regardless if we're a poverty franchise. And I'll still try to be honest and things of that nature. But, you know what I'm saying? No excuses. Our offensive line is poverty right now. Defensive line is poverty. We do have great wide receivers. We do have a great running back. We do have a damn good quarterback. We do have at least decent tight ends. We have great freaking linebackers. We only have a couple playable DBs, Cooper, Quinion, and Makuba. Yeah, sure, Makuba's going through growth and pains or however the case, and he is a rookie, so, I am trying to be understanding of that. We do have a great defensive play calling, but nowhere near enough, like, development on that side or however the case. It's just, all right, guys, come when you guys are ready. Because, where's Clint Hurt developing the guys? Where's, the edge coach? Where's all that being coached up? Garbage. It's just, all right, guys, let's just get guys that are already talented, that already made something of themselves or however the case. Bond's probably the one exception. He just needed to be in the right system. But even then, it's not development. He already had the explosiveness here. He knew how to use it and all that. He just wasn't in the right system. But yeah, nowhere near enough collective talent as an entire unit, or however the case, in terms of the defense. There is talented guys here and there. Yeah, sure, Zach Bond. Yeah, sure, Jalen Carter. Even though he's not really doing enough, or however the case. Yeah, I guess you could name Jordan Davis and Quinion and Cooper DeJean, or however the case. But the defense is still in the bottom 20. I'm just saying, still in the bottom 20. Or even like the bottom 15, the bottom 10. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, like I said, he's no exemption to criticism. I am a big fan of his. I have a lot of his jerseys, a lot of, the potential collectibles and things of that nature, but he still needs to improve. I'm not blind to that. I'm not, like, that obsessed, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, I can admit when somebody needs to play better regardless of who it is. Regardless. And if it's his turn to go, he needs to go. Same thing, when it's people's turn to go, they gotta go. I love Jalen Hurts and all that, but he has to improve. He has to play better. And I know he can, but I just truly think he's being held back by Nick Serafrod and Patulas. That's just my honest opinion. Both sides of the ball, regardless of who's to blame, are poverty right now. Absolute poverty franchise material. O-line can't block a statue. Statues literally can't move, so you ain't really got to do much. But even then, they can't block a statue. Patullo and Serafrod are both addicted to wasting talent. Dory Jackson and Keely Ringo both need to go to Florence or Guantanamo Bay or something like that. Because they're both freaking terrorists. With our edge unit or however the case, kind of the same deal. Just completely freaking useless and worthless. And at this point, I don't even want to hear about Glass Man Nolan Smith or Glass Man Nakobe Dean or however the case, maybe switching to the edge in terms of Nakobe Dean. But Nolan Smith, yeah, Glass Man. He's been with us a couple years now, showing you 110 sack season. Oh, he's gonna hurt all this. I don't care. Put up or shut up. We need talent. We need results. We need sacks. That's what we need. Not guys playing patty cake or guys who can't even stay on the field. I'm just saying. Or Pillsbury Doughboy Jalen Carter. Without help, he's just gonna have to play 1v5, and even then, he's been out of shape and things of that nature. And come on, let's be realistic. As good as Jalen Carter is, you can't really expect anyone to win a 1v5 consistently. For an entire game or however the case. Next week versus Minnesota, a little preview for that. I am glad Quinion will play after the hamstring injury, but he and Cooper DeJean need help out there. However, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Last time Cooper DeJean seen Adam Thielen, he took him to the woodshed. Who's going to guard Addison? Keely or Ringo can't guard a statue who ain't even gonna move. All they gotta do is stand there, and they still can't do that right. Even if they had that much of an easy defensive assignment, they couldn't even guard a water bottle. They're garbage. I am Jalen Carter will play. He did have that heel injury and things of that nature. I'm glad he didn't play at MetLife or however. But he needs to. I do know he needs help out there and things of that nature. Instead of guys that are just professional patty cake players that can't get past the offensive line, which is garbage. The offense needs help. You know what I'm saying? They got to help the defense or however by dominating time of possession. And the offense as a whole needs help from the offensive line, remembering how to run block and pass block. Because, so far, it looks like the offensive line forgot how to block, run block, pass protect, all that good stuff. Looks like they just don't have any idea what the heck that is. Win or lose, Howie needs to wake up and stop slacking on the defense or however the case, particularly the defensive end spot and cornerback 2 spot, and maybe some O-line depth. And it would absolutely be great to see, the play calling waking up for once or however the case, seeing it adjusted or however the case when needed, and just making smart and good calls or however the case. But, as we've seen or however the case, Sarah Fraud and Matula are both just, addicted to wasting talent. So, can't really expect too much from them. So, I think a realistic score prediction, how he slacked. He could have done something, basically 11 freaking days, but nothing. Except for a couple garbage-ass practice squad moves for a couple bums. I think a pretty realistic score, however the case, would probably be 40-17. We have no pass rush, no cornerback 2. They have Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure they even have a third damn good wide receiver. I just can't remember his name. But yeah, and even then, Adam Thielen or however. Yeah, Adam Thielen's damn good. He took Cooper DeJean to the woodshed. But yeah, not having a pass rush or, basically a good secondary, because the one spot in the secondary getting absolutely fried all game probably cost us. So probably 30-17, 40-17 or however the case. Maybe we get a couple of touchdowns or however the case on a couple Jalen Hurts audibles or however, since, the play calling, has to get carried. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Vikings wins by a bunch because, Howie gave Nick Sierra too much power and things of that nature, slacked on the defense. So. But trying to be hopeful, trying to believe in our team, trying to believe in the garbage we've been forced to see. If the offensive line wakes up and decides to be worth a damn again, you know what I'm saying? If the play calling on offense is worth half a damn even, if Keely cutting off his dreads is worth a damn, then, maybe 40-13 Eagles win. Maybe our offensive line wears them down a bit or however the case. Saquon has a huge game, 2 touchdowns, 150-plus yards. AJ or Smitty have a good game, 100-plus yards and a touchdown. Secondary as a whole covers for like 6 business days, damn near perfectly, every single possession. And maybe a lucky sack or 2 or however the case because, Carson Wentz's lack of pocket presence and things of that nature. Because I'm sorry, but I have no hope or anything for our, pass rush, run defense, or D-line, or however the case, they really haven't shown me anything this year. And the one decent guy we had, the one guy that was worth a damn is Darius Smith, retired. So, but yeah, hopefully, really only allowing field goals or however the case, and maybe one Justin Jefferson touchdown. He is a really damn good receiver, just being realistic. And it's not like we have Deion Sanders and Dale Revis and Ed Reed all on the same team, we have about 2 really, really good corners. Coop and Quinion, they're really, really good talented corners. Really, really good corners. Love them both. That's about it. Other than that, bunch of bums. Makuba, growing pains, hasn't shown enough consistency yet. Still a rookie and all that, no, not hating him. He just needs time. But still, much respect for him and all that. And, he's an Eagle, so I want him to do good and everything like that. And to complement all that, or however the case, the coaching being good and all that, Jalen being just quick and accurate. That would be his, only thing. Sometimes he misses plays, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be a bad pass sometimes or however, that covers the accuracy or however. Then the quick part is sometimes he holds onto the ball too long. But for the most part, he is pretty accurate. For the most part, he is pretty fast. But, if plays take 6 years to develop, that's a coaching issue to an extent. If you really, really watch the games, you'll see it's mostly coaching. Jalen makes mistakes too. Yes, he's not perfect. There's things he himself can do better that only he can control. Yes, completely true. He's not perfect. But at the very same time, it's mostly coaching. But he can still play better too, which I've been saying. He does need to play significantly better than what he's playing. But he's not playing bad. He's not having a bad season so far. He's just getting held back by the offensive coordinator and the offensive line not being worth a damn. But yeah, overall, completely unacceptable, or however the case. I think that's, I'm sorry, getting blown out by the Giants makes us a poverty franchise. That's really how we win. The corners will have to cover for 6 business days, or however the case, or longer, because that's just about how long it takes the pass rush to get any pressure, to get through the O-line, or however the case, because they just want to play patty cake for the first 2 days and then ship and handle in and all that. But yeah, obviously I hope we dominate. I hope we beat them 100-0. But being realistic, how we slacked on the defense, no pass rush. No legit cornerback too, or however the case. There's multiple teams with multiple good receivers. Jordan Addison, Adam Thielen. Those are 2 respectable wide receivers, 2 damn good wide receivers in the NFL. Adam Thielen took Cooper DeJean to the woodshed. Jordan Addison, damn good. He's damn good. He's a damn good receiver. Justin Jefferson, we already know who Justin Jefferson is. That's 3 super high quality receivers. Justin Jefferson makes the group as a total a super high quality group. Justin Jefferson does. He's that elite. And we only have 2 good corners. So somebody's gonna get somebody's gonna get a lot of easy money basically. One of the receivers is gonna get a lot of easy money. Adoree and Keeley. That's just supposed to stop him. 2 bum corners who can't do nothing versus bum wide receivers. I'm sorry. Y'all can say it's scared. Y'all can say lack of confidence or whatever. No, it's just being realistic. We don't have corners that can stop them. It's a fact. Our corners ain't good enough. It ain't my fault. I'm just saying our corners ain't good enough. Obviously, I want to win. We're in a 2-loss losing streak. It sucks. Went from 4-0 to 4-2. Just saying. But that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. That was my little reaction, or however the case, from the Giants game. Again, 34-17. Only really silver lining is, I guess it didn't 40 burger, which, again, that's poverty if that's your only silver lining. And again, losing to the Giants makes any team a poverty franchise. If you get blown out, 3 possession, that's 2 touchdowns and then a field goal, or however the case. That's 3 possessions. I'm sorry, that's poverty franchise. I'm sorry to tell you. I love my Eagles, always will. You know what I'm saying? I'll never switch up. I don't need another team. I don't, go find another team, because that's what a lot of people say on Twitter or whatever the case, but not any other team. I already have my team. But my team's trash right now. I'm still sticking with it, but you're damn sure I'm going to complain. I'm not going to eat horse shit with a smile. I'm sorry. I'm not. Other people can. Other people can. I remember seeing, the meme. I don't know if it's real or not, but I remember, seeing a bunch of people saying, oh, Philadelphia fans eat shit, or however the case. Well, shoot, I don't. Whether it be literal, a metaphor, a joke, or not, or however the case, I won't. I don't, and I won't. Never have, never will. If something's garbage, I'm calling it out, and I ain't going to be happy about it. I'll still rock with the team. That's why I said nobody's bigger than the program. If Jalen Hurts has to go, he has to go. If Nick Searfoot has to go, he has to go. Regardless of who has to go, if they have to go, they got to go, regardless of who it is. If it means we win, or have a case, if it means our salary cap gets better, have a case, or our salary situation gets better in general, then shoot. That's an easy decision. Easy. Nobody's bigger than the program. It takes at least 22 elite people. If you have a bum gun on the D-line, he's going to get attacked. It gives the team the fair chance. I'm not saying they all have to be pro bowlers or all pros, no. But I'm saying you at least need some sort of quality in every position. Some sort of quality. At least a playable player. Most of our D-line is unplayable. Most of our edge is unplayable. It takes 6 business years to get pressure. Adoree Jackson, Keely Ringo, that's we're stuck with that cornerback too, because for some reason Ja'Cory Bennett can't understand the scheme. He's too dumb or something, or he just can't stay healthy, regardless of which one it is. And even then, I'm not too high on him either. He doesn't want to tackle, and he's soft. So, a lot of our defense is heavily unplayable.
And we've seen our offensive line be heavily playable, really, really good, really, really great. But this year they're just garbage. And yes, Jalen Hurts needs to step up too. He's not protected from criticism either. It's not just, oh, it's everybody's fault but his. No, there's things he can do better. There's things he can control. Yes, AJ was open. He went to Dotson. That's a decision thing. That could easily be perceived on him. That's fair to say. Perfectly fair to say. But I love my Eagles. I'll never change. Go Birds. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for making Philly Flyover Network part of your day. And thank you for choosing Philly Flyover Network, where you get authentic Eagles passion you can trust. God bless. Philly out. Peace.